Good morning and Merry Christmas. Today, I'm wanting to do a little walk around in my truck. I got a 1996 F250 four-wheel drive with the Power Stroke diesel. I've been making videos for the past seven, somewhere around there years, and never really done any in-depth videos or shown my face or anything, so I thought I'd start doing something new here. Also, I do a lot of my own work. I do all my own work on my vehicles, and I've always thought about, maybe throwing in some videos there when I do repairs on my truck or motorcycle or whatever, just little informational videos, show other people how to do it. Just to help other people out, because I've benefited a lot from the YouTube community. Anyways, here goes. So this is my truck. It's a 1996 Ford F250 four-wheel drive. And it does have the 7.3 Power Stroke diesel engine in it. It's had a few upgrades done to it. It's a really clean truck. I bought the truck in Arizona about 3 months ago from a dealership, and the previous owner had really bought it and just used it to tow a fifth wheel on vacations every once in a while, from what I understand. So the truck is super clean. I'm assuming it was parked inside its whole life. Yeah, it's just super clean truck. And I had the original tailgate for it, but you can see the previous owner had it set up for towing. So he had this tailgate set on there. And it's got a fifth wheel hitch right here in the center of the bed liner. So one thing I don't really like about it is he cut that out, and it's kind of a pain in the ass when you're trying to haul stuff. Get dirt caught up in here, and it's just a bad deal. But somewhere down the road, I'm gonna end up putting in a spray-in bed liner. That way they can just go around there, and I can keep that hitch in there if I ever want to use it. Anyways, I do have the original tailgate. Another thing I don't like is these tail lights. I think I don't really want to say, but I'm not a big fan of them. So one of these days I'm going to get the original OEM tail lights online and put them in there. I got the tailgate. It's hiding in here. Well, you can't really see it. It's hiding behind my bikes, but anyway, so yeah, super clean truck, man. The previous owner did a lot of work to it, a lot of the good expensive stuff. I'm not sure exactly what exactly was done to the rear end, but there's definitely a bigger differential cover on there. Also does have it has a 4-inch NBRP turbo back exhaust with the 3-inch downpipe. It's all stainless. The one thing I did do is it came with it had a kind of like a resonator muffler on there, but I ended up doing away with that and just putting a straight pipe in there where that section was. Sounds a lot better. Let's see if we can get underneath here and show you underneath the truck. So also too, I don't know if there's been any transmission work done or not, but I'm assuming there may have been, because it's real dirty right now. It's got a lot of mud on it, but this aftermarket transmission pan is on there, and I kind of like it. It's cool. It holds a little bit extra fluid to help keep it cool, and it's also got a plug under there too, so if you're ever gonna just want to change the fluid or service the transmission, you can just pull that plug out right there, not have to make a big mess getting that pan off of there. We all know how big of a pain in the ass that is. Also, there's this aftermarket transmission cooler here. Like I said, the guy really had it set up for towing. Let's see here. I'll open up the inside of the truck. This truck is super clean. Well, it's got these seat covers on it. They're kind of ugly, but they protect the seats. The seats are in really good shape. As you can see, they just need to be brushed, but yeah, you can see, I mean, this truck has really been taken care of. Carpet's, you know, a little dirty, but not bad. The rear seat looks like it came out of the factory. I mean, it's just really clean truck. Got all the original owner's manual, booklets, and all that stuff is in here. Just kind of cool. Sometimes you get these trucks and all this stuff is missing and they're just trashed. So, a nice little bonus. Anyways, let me go around the other side. You can see the door panels here too. They're not cracked or dented or missing any parts. A little bit right there. Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
You're out bright and early.
Yeah. Come around the other side. I'll pop the hood for you guys. Alright. Now, one thing I gotta do to get the hood open is I got to use a little panel popper because the previous owner put an aftermarket grill on there, so you can't get your hands in there to pop it. But it's okay. I'm not a big fan of the grill, but I'll make do with it. So anyways, stand back here so you guys can see this a little bit better. It's got the aftermarket. These OBS Fords, they didn't have intercoolers in them from the factory, so the previous owner had put this in there, which I think was kind of cool. I looked it up. It's about a $1,500 kit, so it's kind of a nice bonus. And he also did an aftermarket air intake. It wasn't a K&N brand intake, but I did put a K&N filter on there because the other one, it was a little bit bigger, but it was just old and deteriorated. This truck was sitting a lot. I'll show you here in a minute. I'll show you the mileage and you'll see why. But I think the turbo is pretty much stock. Fairly clean. Looks like the radiator's been replaced. Geez, what else do we got here? Guess that's pretty much it under the hood. Come back around here. See the door panels, nice and clean. The dash is no cracks in it, super clean. Another thing too, that came with this, the Edge CTS tuner. It's got all my monitors on there for EGTs and all that good stuff. Also, it did have a TS 6-position chip installed in it. It's kind of just ghetto mounted here for whatever reason. When I bought the truck, it was just kind of hanging down here. I guess they never really mounted it anywhere. But anyway, so it's got, you know, all the way to the left is stock. Then you got your high idle, 1500 RPM. Then it goes, I believe, 50, 75, 100, and 140 horsepower. I usually keep it on the second setting as a 75 horsepower. The reason I do that, I don't even think it's going to get that much horsepower anyways. I'm pretty sure it has the stock injectors in it, but it seems to run a little bit better that way. Go ahead and cycle the glow plugs. Oh, yep, there you go. There's the original mileage right there, guys. 115,173. I bought it with 112,000. Put a few thousand miles on it. Like I said, this truck, I drove across state lines to pick it up. It was just too clean to pass up. But anyways, truck starts up, no problems. But what I was trying to say is the reason that I put it on the 75 horsepower setting is it's just too slow on stock. And it seems to get a little bit better fuel economy, getting around 16 miles per gallon in town. Truck also needs some new cab mount bushings. As you can see here, like most of these trucks, the body lines don't match up. The cab mounts are rotted on it, so they need to be replaced, but that's something to do down the line. Maybe we'll go take it for a little spin. Probably about 50 degrees out this morning. Here in beautiful Southern California. Yeah, so like I said here, it's got this kind of a cool little deal. I was having a problem with it when I first bought the truck. It was doing this weird thing where it would idle fine when it was cold, but when it would warm up, when the engine oil would get up to about 120 degrees, it would start having this surge whenever it would idle, and sometimes while it was accelerating too. And what I noticed is kind of nice having this. I was able to monitor all this stuff. My IPR percent would stay the same. Once it warms up, it stays about 12%. And the idle ICP pressure is supposed to be about 580 PSI. And it was right around there, but what I would notice is I'd notice when it was doing the surge, the ICP pressures would drop, you know, about 50 RPM and then come back up. And so that kind of helped me to diagnose it. You know, at first I thought it may have been a faulty ICP sensor. So I threw one of those on there. That was the cheaper route to go. But after all, it ended up being the IPR valve. And I don't know if it was something internal in the IPR valve or if it was something else, but anyway, so I pulled the old IPR out, and you could see one of the O-rings on it was cracked. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, if it just needed new O-rings or not. But me personally, just for it being such a vital part of the engine, I figured I'd go ahead and replace it with the original Motorcraft one. Another thing too, I don't know how you guys do your car parts shopping. On something like that, I'm not gonna get a cheap aftermarket brand, something that's real vital to the engine like that. I'd rather get the original equipment from Ford. But you know, the Ford dealerships wanted like $300 for that stupid part, and ended up getting it on eBay for like 160 bucks with free shipping. So I like to save money too. those windshield wipers on a little bit. Trying to get a best view for you guys that I can here. It's kind of hard to do while you're driving. Hopefully no cops see me trying to do this, but I'm holding my cell phone here. But anyways, man, this is just a really nice truck, man. I love this truck. This is one of those trucks that'll probably be around for my grandchildren to drive. You know, we all know how long these things last unless it gets into an accident or something. But also, I do live in Southern California, so in a very dry area, so we're not going to have any rust issues rotting out the body or anything. So I mean, if I had my way, I mean, the way I maintain it, this truck's going to be in the family for a long time. I don't do a ton of driving. My last truck was a 2001 GMC Sierra that I inherited from my dad. That he passed away about 5 years ago and left to me, but somebody ended up stealing it, so that's okay. They ended up torching it and just stealing the bed off of it. But long story short, I needed another truck, so I got this one. And I saw this one. I was looking online. I'd always wanted one. Hold on, there's a cop. I'd always wanted one of these trucks, but you know, to find a clean one with super low miles, they're wanting, I mean, $15,000 to $20,000, and I just really didn't want to spend that kind of money. So I was just browsing around online, and I spotted this one. I bought it in Bullhead City at a car dealership over there. They only wanted $12,000 for it, and so I just instantly fell in love with it by the pictures. And to be honest with you, I saw it on the pictures, and I thought, okay, well, it looks real clean, but when you get there, things look a lot cleaner on the pictures than they do in person. So, you know, expect to see a little bit here and there. When I got there, it was actually cleaner than I thought it was going to be. So it was kind of a cool deal. But anyways, it's a really good truck, man. So I'm hoping that this video has got fairly decent quality. I'm kind of new to this, you know. I've been doing YouTube videos for a while, but I'm trying to get a little bit more professional with it and document things a little bit better, so I can just share the things that I have with the rest of the world that other people love too. You know, there's not a lot of really good in-depth videos of stuff like this, so I'm gonna keep doing my best. I run across a lot of cool things and have a lot of cool things, and I always switch it up. So just keep doing what I do, and hopefully I'll get better at it. And you guys leave me comments down in the comment section below, and let me know what you think and what you think I didn't do right, if I could do anything better to improve for the future. Yeah, that'd be great. Another thing I want to do to this truck too, I want to do a lift on it, but as everybody knows, it's the 250, so it doesn't have the solid axle in the front. It's got the twin traction beam, so that's one thing that I want to do a lift on, but everybody's advising me against doing any of the everybody's been advising me against doing the lift with the twin traction beam and doing those drop brackets. Everybody says what a nightmare those are, so I think I'm just gonna heed people's advice and go ahead and wait till I can get the money together and do a solid axle conversion. And just do it right, and just maybe do like a 6-inch lift on it with some 35s. I think this truck would look killer, man. This is a beautiful truck, and I love to have it. So anyways, do one more quick little walk around here, and then I'm gonna end the video. Let me know what you guys think, man. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody.